And we are live. What's going on, guys? What's going on, guys? Want to personally welcome you to the Beast Pod, guys. Man, I hope y'all doing good. I hope y'all having a great week. I know I have. I've had a phenomenal week this week, man. I'm super excited. Again, guys, welcome to the Beast Pod. This is where we talk all things youth football strategies, tactics, and most importantly, this is where you get your questions answered through live Q&A. And for those who don't know, I am your host, Coach Beast, man. How y'all doing, man? How are y'all doing today? Let me know. Sound off in the comments, man. Shout out to all of you guys. As a matter of fact, I kind of already be on the show, but on the backside, just kind of prepping, making sure everything is set up right, all of that good stuff, right? I'm always making sure all of that stuff is set up. And I seen you guys already on here chopping it up, man. I love that. I absolutely love that, man. So appreciate you guys, man, for rocking with me today, man. Really pumped, really excited. We got a really awesome topic that we're going to talk about. And this is a little different, guys. This is different because nobody's really talking about this, and I want to save you guys from having a nightmare season this year. Y'all know how I am about these nightmare seasons, right? So we're going to talk about why most youth football coaching staffs fall apart and how to fix it. Now, what I'm about to say, I don't want to scare you. All right? I don't want to scare you. But I would say 3 or 4 out of 10 of y'all are going to run into staff issues. Okay. So that's what 30-40% of you guys are going to run into staffing issues. And so we're going to dive into what causes it, what you need to do, and how to fix it. Man, I'm so freaking pumped about this because I know I'm going to help a lot of you guys who may run into this issue if you're not already running into the issue. Do me a favor, though, guys, before we get into the show, go ahead and hit that like button if you haven't already. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, guys. This will let other coaches know that we are live, man. All right. This is going to let other coaches know that we are live. So if you haven't already, go ahead and hit that like button. Shout out to my TikTok family over there. Shout out to TikTok. I see you. I see you. Shout out to Facebook family over here. I see you over there. And of course, shout out to the YouTube family. And again, guys, I'm still blocked on Instagram, man. Can y'all believe that? I'm still blocked on Instagram. I reached out to someone on Instagram, got to talking to somebody. And so hopefully they would lift my ban with doing lives. I told them, I said, look, I don't care about the video being, down. And for everybody who don't know, for context, I got banned on Instagram because I posted a reaction video of a kid scoring a touchdown. And when he was in the end zone, he actually freaking humped the ground. He was humping the ground. And I was sharing how messed up that is, how disgraceful that is. And guess what? I guess IG agreed. They took the video down and then they banned me like I was the one who you know, is like, pushing this on and promoting this. So yeah, it's kind of crazy, guys. So before we get into the show, guys, you know what time it is, guys. This is my favorite part of the show. Rep your squad, guys. This is where you let me know what city and state you're located in and also what team you are coaching, guys. Let me know what team you're coaching so I can show you guys some love, guys. I want to show you guys some love. So let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's see who we have here first. We got Coach Recon in the house. Shout out to you, Coach Recon, coming from Oak Ridge, Tennessee, coaching the Oak Ridge 10U Wildcat squad. We got Coach Joe in the house, representing the Lower Cape Bluefins, Cape Cod, from Cape Cod, Massachusetts. That's one state I really want to visit. Like I want to visit the states that nobody really talk about, like Massachusetts, New Hampshire, Delaware, Maine, them kind of states, man. Them the kind of states I want to visit because I know a lot of those states are full of peace. Shout out to Coach Dustin, representing, let's see, coming out of Lincoln County, represent his Lincoln County Chargers in the house. Um, Actually, he's from Lake Norman, North Carolina. Man, welcome, 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 Coach. Welcome to the show. You rock. We got Coach Josh in the house from TikTok over here on the TikTok side. Um, let's see here. He said he lives in the North Georgia mountains. Shout out to you, Coach. Shout out to you. We got, let's see, Texas Bourbon in the house, representing his 7U Guadalupe Dragon team in Texas, aka Coach Kyle. Man, welcome to the show, man. Welcome to the show. Let me see. Let me go up here, make sure I didn't miss nobody on the YouTube side. And guys, again, make sure you put your team in the comments so I can show you guys some love. We got let's see, Coach Johnson in the house from Erin, Tennessee. Let's see, represent his Houston County Junior Pro team, his 7U squad. Shout out to you, shout out to you. Let's see, we got Coach Chris in the house. Shout out to you, Coach Chris from Athens, Tennessee. We've got a lot of Tennessee guys in here today. Represent his 7U squad from Macmillan County. Team is the Macmillan County Cherokee. Love that name. Love that name. Let's see here. We're going back over to TikTok. And for some reason, guys, if you're watching on Facebook and you're showing your love and you're putting your team down and forgive me, for some reason it's not pulling up you guys on that end in terms of the chat. So guys, if you want to be in the chat, be more engaged in the chat, I encourage you to come on over to the YouTube side, guys. This is the main feed, guys, where this is where you're going to get your questions answered and all of that good stuff. Now, if you just want to enjoy the show and you're not going to have a question or comment, you can stay on Facebook or TikTok. But guys, if you think you may have a question or comment or something like that, come on over to the YouTube side. Just look up Coach Beast. Just look up Coach Beast on YouTube and you'll find the channel in us live. All right. So we got Coach Jesse in the house, representing the West Clovis Monsters. I like that, from Fresno, California. We got Coach Fats in the house. Shout out to you, Coach Fats. Let's see here. He's representing his Dogs 13U squad out of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Shout out to you. We got Coach Angelo in the house. Oh man, we got a lot of people in the house today. We got a lot of people in the house today. Let's go. Let's see here. Let me see. I just lost where I was. Coach Angelo. There we go. The Coastal Bengals. Shout out to you and your 9 and 10-year-old squad up in North Carolina. We got BC in the house. What's up, BC? What's up? What's up? Coach Brian is in the house, represent his Lakeland Destroyers. I sound like a kid. Destroyers. I sound like an 8-year-old. Destroyers. 14U squad. That was hilarious, guys. I'm not taking that out either. I'm not taking that out. I sound like an 8-year-old kid. I sound like somebody off the Rugrats, right? Y'all, shout out to the Rugrats. Who remember the Rugrats? If you a 90s baby, you know about the Rugrats. Y'all 2000, y'all 2000s, y'all don't know, but if you are 90s babies, you know about the Rugrats. Shout out to you. Shout out to you. We got Coach Kellen in the house. Shout out to his Hammond Junior Toros team from Hammond, Louisiana. Let's see, that's why it's 8U. It's 8U squad, man. We got Coach CP in the house from New Haven, Connecticut, represent his New Haven Steelers 9U team. I'm telling you, I don't know a bad 9U Steelers team or a bad team that's named the Steelers that's like horrible. Like every Steelers team I know is like stellar. Like maybe if I start another program, I'll call my team, the Steelers or whatever. So all right, guys, that's it, man. Thank y'all so much, man. Thank y'all. Shout out to you, Coach TD from TikTok, representing them boys, 8U squad. Shout out to you. I see Coach Childress over there. Shout out to you, Coach Childress, man. I hope you're doing good. If y'all ready to get the show on the road, give me a hell yeah in the comments. Give me a hell yeah. If y'all ready to get this show on the road, give me a hell yeah. Let's go. Let's go. And of course, shout out to my guy, Coach Bubba Sanders from Surges. South Dakota. Shout out to his Bucks. Swag. Shout out to you. Shout out to you. I gotta do my own sound effects because every time I hook up my stream deck, all my sound and power go out. So I gotta do my own sound effect. Da, 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 da. Right, right. So we're gonna get ready to get this party started. Give me some hell yes. Don't forget to hit that like button, guys. If you haven't already, hit the like button. Facebook, hit that like button, guys, letting everybody know that we're on. Facebook is a new platform that we're hosting the show on. So, you know, the more likes you give me, guys, the more they'll let all the coaches who follow me on Facebook know that the show is live. Freaking TikTok is already showing out with 1,300 likes, man. Appreciate you, TikTok family. Shout out to you. And also, guys, again, hit those likes. We got right now 23 people on the Beast Pod on YouTube. Shout out to you guys. Hit that like button. Hit that like button. Appreciate you guys. All right. We're going to go ahead and pay some bills, guys. I'm gonna go ahead and pay some bills. This show is brought to you by Beast Out You. It's your number one source for playbooks, drill books, strategy guides, consulting, the whole 9 yards. If you want to up your game, and if you want to be a high value youth football coach and build a high value youth football program, Beast Out You is the way to go. And for those who don't know, Beast Out You is my company, is my business that's sponsoring the podcast. Of course, this is where you get your playbooks from in the playbook store. That's a part of Beast Out You and all of that good stuff. Another really quick announcement, guys. You can see it on your screen in the banner below. Is that I'm now doing one-on-one strategy calls. I'm doing 1 hour one-on-one strategy calls. So, guys, if you want that personal, individualized attention from me, Coach Beast, you can book a one-on-one strategy call with yours truly, guys. And um, of course, I'm here to answer your questions, just like how we do it on the show, but it's just me and you, man. Just me and you. So if you're feeling stressed, if you're feeling that anxiety, which I know a lot of you guys are, and you got questions, you don't know what to do, I'm telling you, book a call because look, guys, and this is kind of segueing into the show, the topic of the show. Guys, I didn't have a mentor when I coached youth football. I did not have a mentor whatsoever. And it's kind of the story of my life that, I didn't really have nobody to really help lead or guide me, direct me, give me any kind of advice. And so I learned the hard way, guys. A lot of the lessons we're even going to talk about today as it relates to picking your coaching staff, dealing with conflicts in your coaching staff. I learned it all like by myself, right? I learned it all on my own. And so I'm gonna be honest, like I was grossly neglected. And so now I'm obsessively, I'll put it like this. I'm obsessed with mentorship. I'm obsessed with helping coaches, helping people. That's why this show is wrapped around live Q&As. This is why the show is designed to answer your questions because I've been where you are. I've been where you are. And, a lot of times I can even see where you're going, because 15 years, my 15 years of coaching youth football and 20 years of coaching, I went through a lot. You can't see it, but Coach B's got a lot of scars on his chest and his face from just, learning how to do this thing the right way and how to do this thing at a really high level, guys. So let's get into the show, guys. Again, we're going to talk about why most youth football coaching staffs fall apart. And I want to premise by letting you know and just being very direct and clear with you when I say if you don't get this right with picking your coaching staff, it's the number one reason for you to have a nightmare season. It's the number one reason why you will have a nightmare season. And you may be thinking, well, man, I don't know about that. I think the parents are the reason why, and yeah, you can say the parents, right? They are close, one B or 1A, in this scenario. But I'm here to tell you, if your coaching staff turns on you, you're going to catch hell because you can deal with a parent that's, bickering and talking crap. They don't influence what happens on the field, right? They don't deal with the internal affairs. But I'm here to tell you guys, if you got some rogue coaches or a rogue coach, and if you don't address the issues with him, it's going to cause a lot of problems, guys, in your program. And I don't want you guys to go through what I've been through. I'm gonna share a few stories with you guys as we go along here, but I don't want you to go through the mayhem that is having a bunch of rogue coaches in your football program, or if they're not rogue coaches, because sometimes it's not that they're trying to just like sabotage you or anything like that. Sometimes you guys just are not aligned. You guys just don't have the same values and vision. And whether you are the head coach or the assistant coach, I got a solution and an answer for everything, guys, as it relates to what we're going to talk about. So when you are choosing your program, guys, again, let's start here. Let's talk about why youth football coaching staffs fall apart. And this, if you're watching this, and you're a middle school coach or a JV coach or a varsity coach, it applies to you too. Okay. There's three reasons why most staffs collapse. Okay. Reason number one, and this is important to note, okay, guys, because we're going to give away a playbook today. We're going to give away a playbook at the end of the show. So I quiz you guys on what we go over, the content we go over on the show. But the number one reason is there's no chain of command, guys. There's no chain of command. Nobody really know who the leader is. Even if you say, hey, I'm the head coach of XYZ program. I'm the head coach. If you don't act like the head coach, somebody is going to sniff that and they're going to try to take your place. They're going to test you first, and then they're going to try to take your place. When there's no chain of command in place, everyone thinks they're in charge. Everyone thinks they're in charge. And the thing is, no one even like really knows who's in charge. Like if you are a passive guy and let's say for example, your coaches come to you and they say, hey, well, coach, what formation we going to run? And you say, I don't know. What formation y'all want to run? That's a problem because they're looking for leadership. If they come to you and say, all right, what's the defense, coach, what's your philosophy? What's your goal for this season? And you don't know, I don't know, guys. What is our goal? What we want our goal to be? That's a red flag. Because two things, guys. And this is not even on my show notes. The more alpha your guys are, the more alpha you got to be. I'm gonna say that again. The more alpha your guys are, the more alpha you got to be. Because alphas are used to leading. Alphas are used to taking control. Alphas are used to solving problems and making decisions. Well, and this is the thing, just because your coaching staff is alphas don't mean they're bad dudes or bad guys. But if you are, let's say if you are alpha and you've been in leadership for a long time, right? Like and let's say, let me use me for an example. I always say, guys, that it'd be hard for me at this point to be like an assistant coach in a youth football program. In a high school program, yes. JV, all of that, yes. But it's hard. It would be hard for me to be an assistant coach in a youth football program because, I have learned so much and I see so much so clear that it just would be best for me to lead in the front because literally everything I do is about leadership. And I know some of you may be saying, well, to be a good leader, you got to be a good servant. 100%, 100%. But it would be hard for me to serve when the leadership is not when I may not be in alignment with the leadership. Okay, guys. And see the problem with, and I'm talking to the assistant coaches real quick. The problem with a lot of you guys who are assistant coaches and you're running into problems with the head coach is because you got a different coaching philosophy and leadership philosophy than that head coach. And the more you are around the coach, and we talking real crap right now, guys. We're gonna talk some real crap right now, okay? And I'm not gonna beat around the bush with this. The more you are under a coach that you don't agree with his leadership philosophy and coaching philosophy, the more disrespect you're going to begin to have for him week to week, day to day. And it's only a ticking time bomb before you guys either get into it or you end up quitting. I'm here to tell you, if you are a head coach and you got guys on your coaching staff that don't don't question your leadership, question your philosophy, don't agree with it, you know what's going to happen? You're going to start losing respect for them and they're going to start losing respect for you. And before you know it, now you got major drama on your hands. So number one, guys, why coaching staffs fall apart, no chain of command. Let's go to number two. There's no vision. There's no vision. And this is deep. What I'm about to say. I'm finna, man, dude, we're getting to the root of the issue today. Some coaches are in it for the kids, guys, and this is just real talk. Some coaches are in it for the kids, some in it for their own ego, some in it just for their own kid. It is your responsibility as the head coach to understand and realize what these coaches are in it for. You understand? And look, they may be in it for their kid, right? They may be in it for their ego. But you need to make sure the guys you get on your staff, regardless of what they're initially in it for, you have to make sure that they align with the mission of the program. Because I'm here to tell you guys, I'm gonna save you some time with figuring this out. Most of the guys on your staff is in it for their kid. And then you're gonna get a good, let's say, 20% of those guys in it for themselves and their own ego. They may have been they used to be a college player and they got hurt or just didn't make it, or maybe they just played and just now they're coaching, and you know now they feel like they know more than you because they played college ball and you only played high school ball or JV or junior high, whatever. You need to know who's in your bunch, right? In your staff. It's so important because look, if there's no agreed upon mission, standard, or expectations, they're going to start making their own standards, their own mission, and their own expectations. Do y'all have me, guys? Do y'all have me? Is this making sense? Give me a hell yeah if what I'm saying is making sense, guys. Because guess what? I'm starting to cook. I'm start I'm starting to cook. I hear the grease popping in the skillet, and we finna really get ready to nose dive into this thing, and we're about to get real deep. Because here's the thing, guys, I don't want you having a nightmare season. I don't want you guys running into an issue with your coaching staff because oh man, I'm about to get into it. Trying not to get ahead of myself. My goodness. A lot of you guys are going to lose friends and buddies and fall out with family because a lot of your see the thing is your buddy may not respect you because he remember you from high school and how y'all used to shoot the shit and play around, right? Your brother may not respect you like you want him to because you're his little brother and he remember hitting you in the back of the head and you know he remember how you was as a kid. Y'all got me? Your best friend may not respect you because he remember when in college, how y'all used to go and holler at girls and how the girls used to, turn you down, and how he was, the guy that was getting all the girls, and you was kind of like the third wheel. He was trying to teach you how to get girls, and now you coaching the staff, and now he don't respect you because subconsciously he got in his mind how lame you look when you was trying to get girls at these frat parties or trying to get girls in college or high school. He remember that. And so when you are running this program, he don't respect you as the alpha dog. He's looking at you as the homie that got put down by girls. Guys, we cooking. We cooking. Let's go to number 3. Here's number 3. There's no accountability or leadership structure. There's no accountability or leadership structure. In other words, there's no consequences for showing up late. You know, they talking to you any kind of way. They talking to you sideways, you know, or you guys may be really bad at preparing. Nobody's on time for practice. You're not on time. Your coaching staff, like something that coaches get really mad at me about. I mean, really mad at me about is when I say, you know, make sure every coach shows up on time for practice. And the only excuse for them not to show up on time for practice is if they have to work or they get off at a certain time. But if they're just showing up late, time after time after time, it's disrespectful to you. It's disrespectful to your program. It's disrespectful to your kids. And they may look at you, man, this is just a youth football program. I ain't getting paid. That's a problem, guys. That's a sign of disrespect. You may not take it as disrespect, but it's disrespect. If you're trying to be what I call a high value youth football coach and you're trying to run your program professional, disciplined, right, with integrity, right? It's very important to make sure your coaches show up on time, before time, and it has a positive impact in your program. Because guess what, coach? If you are 10 minutes, I see this time and time again. If you tell your parents to be on time during the parent meeting, right? You tell them to be on time, and then one day you show up 10 minutes late, 5 minutes late. Guess what them parents going to do at the next practice? They're going to show up 15 minutes late, 20 minutes late. Seen it time and time again. Whatever you are, the parents are going to magnify. If you're 5 minutes late, they're going to be 10 minutes late. If you're 10 minutes late, they're going to be 20 minutes late. If you don't believe me, try it. If you don't believe me, try it. And you'll see what happens. Another sign where is no accountability and leadership structure is that there's poor communication. Poor communication kills youth football programs, unalives youth football programs. Poor communication breeds resentment and distrust among the coaching staff. If you if you are not if you are not communicating with your coaching staff and you leaving things up to us, for assumption, now you are putting yourself in a position, guys, to where you are really screwing yourself. You got me? This is where you're really, really screwing yourself. So you have to be very sharp. You got to be very good at communicating. And don't, guys, look, I'm going to help you with all of this. Everything that we're talking about, guys, on the show today, I'm going to help you with. I'm going to give you a lot of practical solutions, things of that nature, that's going to help you to make sure that you run your program like an absolute beast. Okay, guys, like an absolute beast. And do me a favor, guys. We're gonna pause real quick and hit that like button, guys. If you haven't already, hit that like button. TikTok, really appreciate you guys who are on watching for TikTok. Facebook, appreciate you guys as well for chiming in, man, to the show, man. Welcome to the Beast Pod for everybody who's new. If you just came into the Beast Pod, do me a solid, hit that like button so we can let all the other coaches who are a part of Beast Nation join the show, guys. Man, I'm telling you, and as always, guys, we're going to give away a playbook at the end of the show, guys. We're going to give away a playbook at the end of the show. So So stay on, stay locked in, stay tuned, um, and all of that good stuff. All right, guys. So I want to share a story with you. I want to share a personal story with you. And, you know, oh, I see you, Miss Beast. And before I get into this story, we got 30, we got 30 viewers right now on YouTube, 16 likes. So half of you guys have not hit that like button yet. Do me a favor, guys. Before I get into this story, hit that like button, guys. Our goal today, our baseline goal is 50 likes. Let's get the 50 likes. Now on TikTok, we're already at 1,500 likes. Shout out to TikTok. Facebook, let's see. Facebook, we had 6 likes. So we got individual goals, guys. You see what we doing, guys? Like we doing staff training right now, right? We setting goals. We're setting the standard, right? So let's get to 50 likes on YouTube, guys. Let's hit 50 likes. We got if you haven't hit that like button yet, stop what you're doing. Hit that like button for me. If you're watching on Facebook, guys, and you haven't hit that like button, do me a solid. Hit that like button, Coach. I really appreciate you guys so much, guys. I really appreciate you. TikTok, our goal is let's get to 10,000 likes on this show, guys. We hit 15,000 likes on the last show. On Facebook, guys, let's get to 20 likes. I know we new on Facebook, but let's get to 20 likes, guys, on Facebook. Let's do it. And y'all know if we hit our goals, I will give away 3 playbooks instead of just 1. I give away 3 playbooks. Oh man, we are generous tonight, right? I'm gonna give away 3 playbooks, and we're gonna talk about which playbooks y'all want. We're gonna talk about the playbooks y'all want. How about that? But we gotta hit 50 likes by let's see, it's 7:31 Central Standard Time here. So if we can hit 50 likes within the next 15 minutes, let's say roughly 7:47 p.m. Central Standard Time, we will give away 3 playbooks. Let's do that. Let's do that. All right, guys. So I want to share a story, a personal story with you guys on what we've been talking about as it relates to why your staff falls apart, guys. I never forget that, my first year of coaching youth football, I was 20 years old. Okay. I was 20 years old and started this team. I didn't have no help, like literally, like I didn't know what the hell I was doing. Uh, I went to the rec center and I said, look, I want to coach a youth football team. And the lady at the time, shout out to Wendy Harris, rest her soul. Um, Rest her soul. Appreciate you, Coach Chris. Appreciate you, man. Um, she's passed away now, but she said, "All right, if you're interested in coaching this squad, they got a 9 and 10-year-old spot available. They're looking for a head coach. Would you take that spot?" And I was like, "Yes, perfect," because it was the team in my neighborhood that I grew up in. Like that's what I wanted. That's what I wanted to do. And so I got that job. Went out to the field, met the 12U coach, and literally and he was cool. Don't get me wrong. He's a really cool guy. A lot of respect for him. Coach Steinberner. He came to me and he said, "All right, you're a part of the field right here." And hey, I'm Coach Beast. He's like, hey, I forget his first name now, but his last name is Steinberner. I don't know how I remember Steinberner of all names, right? But he said, "All right, young man, nice to meet you. Your side of the field over there." I'm like, what the hell? Literally, like my heart dropped, right? Like I had total anxiety because I'm like expecting this guy to let me know kind of what to expect, what's going on. Nope, none of that. So got thrown in the deep side of the pool fast as a head coach. And then I started just asking people that I know, would you help me coach? And I ended up getting a family member. I won't say the family member name. Um, or even which family member, but let's say I got a family member on my coaching staff, and he was definitely a better athlete than me in terms of his accolades. He was an all-state running back, all of that good stuff. I went all state nothing, right? My parents didn't even want me to play football. Um, which is crazy. That's a whole nother show, whole nother story. But nevertheless, he was my coach. And literally, we had a great season, guys. We went 6-2. We lost one game um, in the regular season, and then we lost our championship game. So I made it to the championship my first year of coaching, and we was whipping tail, guys. When I tell you we was averaging about 28 points a game, and we had a few games that were forfeited in the third quarter. My team was shout out to my Lion squad, shout out to my Hope Lion squad. That was the squad that really um got me initiated into coaching and got me falling in love with coaching, right? So make a long story short, guys, was beating everybody. Then during the playoffs, I had a speaking engagement. I had to go up to the University of Connecticut. I had to do a talk at the University of Connecticut. And so I needed this family member to head coach for me um, while I was gone, while I was out of town, right? So he did that, called him, about 9:30ish, 10 o'clock after their game. I knew their game was over. Boom, they won 31-0, something like that. Blew the team out. And mind you, the team we played, shout out to them, they wasn't the best. And in our league, every team makes it to the playoffs in our league, of that particular league. And they was one of the bottom feeders in the league, and we blew them out. So we blew this team out. We go to the playoffs. I mean, go to the championship, right? And so that coach going into that game, he began to have a lot of ego and he had a lot of confidence because he just beat a team 31-0, right? He beat the team 31-0. And so instead of what I normally do as a play caller, guys, he was in my ear the entire game, the absolute entire game. And usually, what I do in terms of play calling, guys, I like to run my core plays in the first half. Okay, I like to run my core plays. I want to establish, uh, you know, uh, um, I want to establish my offense. I want to begin to dominate the trenches, control the clock, things of that nature. Well, guess what? This person was in my ear the whole game, so he's like, "Hey, run this. Hey, run that. Oh, we should run this all game. This guy's in my ear. We should run this." And so we was running our best plays at the beginning of the game. Big mistake. And this is a coaching tip for everybody who's watching. Don't run your best plays at the beginning of the game. Never do that. Never. Y'all got me? Because when you run your best plays, like your gimmick plays, your trick plays, your explosive passing plays at the beginning of the game, if that game gets close and your core plays are not, you know, resulting in touchdowns, you're going to find yourself in a dogfight in a low scoring game, and you're going to slowly get choked out and get shut down. Okay, and this is what similar. This is what happened to us. Is that we were running our best plays. We were playing a really good football team. We lost that championship game 13-6. 13-6, I believe it was. 13-7. 13-7. No, 13-6. Excuse me. So we lost that game 13-6. I was just, crushed. Again, I'm 20 years old. So it was like PTSD for me. I won't lie, y'all. Like it hurt because I knew that I did everything wrong that game than what I did all season that got us there. Right. And I did it because I allowed my assistant coach to get in my ear. I let him come out of his lane into my lane and tell me how to drive. And guess what? When you lose the championship or you lose an important game, who's at fault? Who gets the blame? Whether it's their fault or not, who's going to get the blame? Let me know in the comments, guys. Who gets the blame when when you lose as a coach? Let me know. Let me know in the comments. And and I'm gonna say this too, guys, while y'all typing. I take full responsibility for that loss because not because, you know, I'm a bad coach and nothing like that, but I take responsibility for that loss because I allowed somebody to get in my ear. And that's the first principle, guys, I want y'all to really grasp and understand. Everything is your fault. Anything that you allow and you got control of is your fault. Everything that you allow and got control of and you just let it happen is your fault. I let this coach get in my ear, and I never forget, like after the loss, it's like this dude, like, hey, it's like he just like disappeared into the shadows. You know, have you seen a movie like somebody sabotage something and then they just like creep behind the wall, go behind the curtain, go behind the veil? That's how it was. That's exactly how it was with this guy. So I had this chip on my shoulder, guys, until I won my first championship, what, like 5 years later, something like that. And it still didn't feel good. It still didn't feel right, you know, at that time. And then we won another championship. And that one felt more right because it was just a special year. And some of you guys are gonna have dream years. Some of you guys, you know, I talk a lot about nightmare years, but a lot of you guys are gonna have dream years where just parents good, kids good, culture, everybody bought in, the coach is good. You know, again, that's for another show. So my point in sharing this story is, guys, you got to define the roles. And this goes into my second principle. What the staff alignment looks like. This is principle number one. You want to define the roles and responsibilities. Guys, if you don't let these guys, if you don't get these guys organized and have them stay in their lane, they're going to they're going to jump in your lane and they're going to grab the wheel from you. They're going to try to grab the wheel from you. And like I said, sometimes they're trying to grab the wheel because they see that you're driving them into a ditch. Sometimes they're going to grab the wheel because they're ego driven, power hungry. Sometimes they're going to grab the wheel because of political reasons. They want their son to start at quarterback. You got another kid starting at quarterback, but they want their son to start at quarterback. They want this other kid to start at running back. So let's talk about this. Let's talk about these non-negotiables for a winning coaching staff. You want to define your roles and responsibilities. Everybody needs to know their job. Everybody needs to know their job. And let's pull this. Let's pull this up, guys. I'm going to pull up my organizational structure because I think it's really important to highlight a few things as it relates to my organizational structure. Okay. And we're going to kind of play. I'm going to act as if my defensive analyst here is a defensive coordinator. My offensive analyst is an offensive coordinator, right? My offensive line analyst is an O-line coach, defensive line, D-line coach. Y'all get it, right? So whoever you put in these roles, guys, you want to clearly define to them who handles what. For example, your offensive coordinator, you got a guy that's the offensive coordinator. All right, Coach John is the offensive coordinator. His job is to put together the offense, devise the formations, manage and oversee the entire offense, and call the plays during the game on offense. The defensive coordinator, same thing, but on defense, right? Oversee the entire defense, call the plays on defense. At no point in time should the offensive coordinator tell the defensive coordinator how to run his defense. Neither does the defensive coordinator need to tell the offensive coordinator how to run his offense. And it's your job as the head coach to establish order, boundary, and respect in your program. And one of the number one things I lead with, guys, in my coaches meeting is that we are all about respect. At no point am I to disrespect you guys and you disrespect me. I have a zero tolerance for it, and I don't have a problem letting you go. That's literally the statement I let my coaching staff know. I don't care if it's my buddy. I don't care if it's my brother, my cousin. I don't care who in the hell it is, right? I don't I establish respect, organization, professionalism, and boundary day one in my coaches meeting. And you got to do this. You got to have a coaches meeting. Now this gets into my principle number two. You want to have weekly staff meetings. You got to have weekly staff meetings, and you got to make sure these meetings have a purpose. And I'm going to give you an example of what I'm talking about in one sec. You got to have these weekly staff meetings because what it does is it go back and reinforce what we was talking about, right? With communication. I want to have communication, constant communication with my staff. So in my meetings, it's not just us hanging out, shooting the shit or anything like that. We're talking about what's going on, right? So the number one thing I let my coaches know is, and I over communicate this with these guys, is that, all right, guys, look, this week we're going to focus on installing our offensive line. And let's say my offensive line coach, I'm the offensive line coach of my program, but this is what I tell them. My offensive line, look, we want to focus on down blocking all week. Okay. We want to focus on down blocking because I'm going to install core plays this week. We want to install our first 4 core plays. So let's focus on that in terms of drills schematically. Defensive line guys, let's focus on them shooting gaps, teach them gap discipline. Let's focus on that this week. As a matter of fact, coach, how is who are you seeing that's going to be the starting defensive tackle? How are they looking? Okay, cool. You like him. Okay, what about defensive end? How who you got for edge? Oh man, yeah, I really like little Johnny right here for edge because he's quick, he's low. Okay, good. Now, just so you know, coach, perfect. I want my defensive ends to be short, stocky guys. Ideally, if not, if somebody better than that, that somebody that's tall but can execute the position well. um, let me know. Let me know. And you see how I'm communicating what I want and what I want to see as the head coach. You got to have a CEO mentality. You got to let these coaches know what you want and what you're looking for. If you leave it too vague and you leave it too open, what it's going to do is leave everything open to interpretation, and everybody's going to begin to form their own vision of what they want to see on the offensive line, what they want to see on the defensive line, what they want to see in the secondary, whatever, right? And it creates a hell of a lot of problems. So the weekly staff meeting keeps everybody focused on everything. Literally, I have meetings where I'm like, guys, look, I ordered the jerseys. Our jerseys should be here Monday. This is what the jerseys look like. And I literally have, paper with the jersey concepts and colors, man. I'm like, man, I'm liking this. And it's okay to say, guys, which one y'all like the most? Which one y'all like? Like it's okay to do that. That's fine. But if you got 2 concepts, you already know you're gonna go with one or the other, and then the guy's like, I don't like that. I don't like that black and gold. I rather, my high school team, we had blue and white. I rather us do why won't we do blue and white? Why won't we do then the other coach, man? Why won't we do purple? No, we doing one of these two. Choose. Which one you like? Which one we going with? We ain't talking about what your high school alum team did. We talking about what we're trying to do in our program, right? So you want to have those meetings, okay? Very, very important. And this goes into number 3. You got to have a unified front, guys. You got to have a unified front. It is so important, all right, to have a very unified front. This is huge. This is huge. You never argue or contradict each other in front of the players. You never argue with another coach in front of your players, and you never contradict another coach in front of your players. Let me add, you never want to have an argument in front of your parents either. Big mistake. Do not do it. Do not have an argument in front of those parents. Do not have an argument in front of those kids, because that is going to be the biggest mark on you as the head coach. They're going to say, oh, your program not organized. They're going to say, oh, he's not a strong leader. He's not a good leader. Oh, this program's so dysfunctional. Because look, you already going to have enough, right? You already going to have enough on your shoulders with them talking crap about what formations you're running, what games you're winning. The last thing you want to do is give anybody who's negative, and trust me, believe you me, there's a lot of negative people in your program. The last thing you need to do is give them ammo to shoot at you, right? To character bash you. So never argue or contradict each other in front of the players, and that's something you need to let your coaches know. Look, disagreements happen all the time. I mean, that's just a part of it, right? But you do not want to get into it with your coach in public. And look, let me say this. Let me zoom in real quick. I'm the first to tell you guys that I'm not haven't always been perfect in this. I haven't always been perfect in this. Like, I got a zero tolerance for disrespect. I got a zero tolerance for it. And I can get triggered at times. How many of you guys like big on respect? Like if somebody disrespect you, it just trigger you. It triggers your ass, right? Let me know. Let me know in the comments. That's me. That's me. My dad raised me on respect. He was big on respect. He was a monster when you disrespected him. I'm the same way. I can be very pits. I can get really, if you want to make Coach Beast mad fast, disrespect him. You know what I'm saying? Disrespect. Coach B says that's me all day. And by the way, guys, if you guys have questions as we go along here, guys, feel free to go ahead and drop your questions in the comments, guys. Okay, we're doing a rolling Q&A today. So if you got questions as we go along here, let me know. And let's see, we're 9 minutes away from going into overtime. We're 9 minutes away. So if you got a question, go ahead and get ready to drop it in the comments. Michael says, man, a man hates disrespect. I say that all the time. All the time. All the time. Man, I took one of my daughters to get her shots for school, right? And we went, and this nurse, man, we got this nurse that's just like, this nurse is just disrespectful, just shouldn't even work there, right? So we go in the room. She don't make eye contact or nothing. And she like, what's your birthday? And me and my daughter look at each other because we're like, are you talking about who birthday, me or hers? And she's, the patient. And literally, man, like my my blood pressure went 0 to 100 because I don't like disrespect. I don't like when people disrespect other people. I don't like it when people are unprofessional. I don't like it. It pisses me off because people are people. And you don't know what people are going through. You don't, even her, she probably having a bad day. But when you are in certain roles, there's a certain etiquette and level of professionalism you need to have. The same thing goes in your program, coach. If you disagree with a coach or a coach disagree with you, have a meeting, have a private meeting, have a meeting with your coaches. Okay, guys. You can disagree in private, but you want to always be united in public. That's so good. You can disagree in private, but you want to always be unified in public, guys. You got me? Or guess what's going to happen? The kids and the parents are going to sense the division. They're going to sense the division, and now your program has a crack in it. And now and I'll tell you, nobody picks up negativity more than the naturally negative gossipers in your program. Nobody sniff negativity more than the gossipers. So make sure you're united. You're united publicly, guys. And look, guys, we're gonna take a quick break. Do me a solid, okay? Coach B's got to go to the bathroom real quick. All right. We're gonna take a quick break. And what I want you to do while I'm taking this break, as a matter of fact, I may put Miss Beast on the spot. Y'all want to see Miss Beast? Let me know in the comments. Miss Beast, I'm sorry. Miss Beast, can I get you? Can I get you? But I'm gonna take a quick break, guys. Um, go to the restroom. This is your time. Go ahead and put your questions. If you have any questions um the subject matter or about youth football or what you're doing, assimilating, this is the time to do it. Okay. This is the time to do it. I'll be right back, guys. I think I'm gonna get Miss Beast. If y'all don't see Miss Beast, she vetoed me. All right, I'll be right back. All right, guys, I'm back. I'm back. I didn't take too long, did it? Didn't take too long. All right. So, guys, again, let's do a quick reset. Again, guys, thank you guys for coming on to the Beast Pod. For those who are new, welcome, welcome, welcome to the Beast Pod, guys. If you haven't already, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Right now, we're talking about the non-negotiables for your coaching staff, what you need to do, and how we need to do this thing. Before we get back into the show, I want to open up Q&A real quick. Want to answer some questions, and let's see here. Make sure it, and look, if you guys have already dropped questions, forgive me. You may have to drop it again because there's been a lot of combo going on in the chat. So if you got a question, let me know. Let's see. All right. Coach Julian says, first time Pee Wee coach. What's the best offense for 5 to 8 year olds? Okay, so great question. It's a common question I get. And I always start off, coach, with saying that, the best offense is the best offense your team can run. Okay. I start off by saying that. Then the second thing I say, if I was in your shoes, if I was in your shoes, hands down, the simplest formation that you can run with those kids would be like the beast formation or traditional single wing offense. Something simple that allows you to focus on teaching your kids how to block, right? And then allowing your top 2 to 3 runners to run the ball. That's what I would do at that age. Any of those age groups, 5 to 8, I'm doubling down on teaching my kids how to block, because most youth football teams, especially at this age, they're going to run the ball 90 to 100% of the time. So it's important to win the trenches and really establish yourself as a good blocking team, and then let your skill guys, all you need is 2 or 3 at that age, to cook and do what you need to do. But what separates these teams really is how good the blocking is and how good the tackling is. So I would run the beast offense, the strongman beast offense 1.0. I would, because number one, with that particular offense, you got 7 blockers at the point of attack on the play side. You got 7 blockers at the point of attack on the line of scrimmage. And if you teach these kids how to down block and drive block, you're gonna have a hell of a good day, a hell of a good season. I literally posted a video on Instagram today of a young team. I think there was 6U blocking, and they cleaned house. Check that out after the show, guys, on Instagram when you get a chance. But focus on blocking. with these kids, coach, then wrap a power running, unbalanced line behind them, like the beast offense, any variation of the beast offense, uh, traditional single wing. You can go T formation, diamond formation, Maryland out formation, and cook. Absolutely cook. Great question, coach. Let's see what else you got. And guys, I know the show is a little different today. The show is more, you know, the show today is more educational and preparing you guys for the storms that you may encounter with your staff, right? This is, I'm telling you, uh, when coaches book calls with me, one-on-one calls, one of the number one topics is staff issues with disrespect. Number one, I would say the number one issue, right? So I want to prepare you guys before y'all even book the call with me. Say, hey, coach, look, I listened to this show, man. You were right. Um, you know, but how do I deal with this crap, right? And we're gonna get into that. We're gonna get into that. Coach Bubba says, how much time should go into practice scrimmage slash live? With us, coach, we literally put about 40 minutes into it, 30 to 40 minutes. Um, it's that important. It's that important because what I want to do is as we rep our drills, right? And then we rep our team period where the kids are learning how to w- utilize their offense, utilize the offense as a unit, utilize their position, learn their position. And the scrimmage, what it does is we call it putting the house together, right? Scrimmage allows us to see where do these kids understand what they're doing, do they grasp everything that's going on, right? And we're really able to analyze these kids and coach them up in real time as they scrimmage. So we scrimmage just about every practice, whether it don't matter if it's a defensive day, an offensive day, or a mixed practice day. We scrimmage just about every practice because we want our kids to get as much simulated game time, game style experience as possible. And for you guys who don't have a big roster, you may have 13 players, 15 players. You man, I can't do a scrimmage. Yes, you can. Just split the field, make the play one half of the field, go 7v7, 6v6, whatever. Because the more you get your kids familiar with just blocking and tackling and running, hitting their right running lane, it's going to help them develop as players, right? But it's also going to develop you as a coach. It's going to develop your eyes so you can be able to see, what they're doing wrong, what you like, what you don't like, the whole 9 yards. So scrimmaging is not just for the kids; it's for you as well, coach. So to answer your question, Coach Bubba, man, 30 to 40 minutes every practice. Great question, brother. Again, guys, if you got questions, drop them below. Drop them below. Let's see here. Coach DW says, how would you adjust the 4-4 Reaper against trips? How would you adjust the 4-4 Reaper against trips? So for me, and I know I don't have this pulled up right now, and I would encourage you, coach, to go back um on our show. I want to say it's our trench warfare show where we was going over the 4-4 Reaper defense. I kind of addressed this, but you can also you can also go to the search and you can type um how to run the 4-4 Reaper defense against trips, right? Or how to stop trips in the 4-4 Reaper defense. You'll see my video where I did a whiteboard talk on it, right? But simply put, I'm gonna give you a quick hitter, okay? Simply put, my belief with teams running trips is that most teams running trips, they are either window dressing or they got two blockers, um, if not three out there, they're trying to use to just spread the field on you and blocking space. They're trying to move your defense. So if they're lined up in trips, we'll just go into like our cloud or our sky. Like we don't let that really shake us. We may have our outside linebacker play back and play man on that inside slot guy, but by no means are we allowing them to shift and dictate what we do on defense. Because I know as somebody who's done this a long time that even if they're in trips, they're going to run the ball 80 to 85% of the time. And most of the time, if these teams are running trips, they want to do a bubble screen. They want to ISO their best receiver, that like in a 3-by-1 look. They want to ISO their best receiver, and they want to run some kind of go route or wicket route to get separation and have a big explosive play on the opposite side, usually the boundary. Okay, or what I've also seen, and I'm giving you three scenarios here. What I also seen is they will spread out those wide receivers on the side they're going to run to, and they're going to just toss the ball to their best ball carrier, or they may do a QB power on that side with the blockers. And what they're trying to do is just play in space, opposed to running in the box. And to this point too, I know we getting X's and O's right now, is that sometimes they are getting that 3-by-1 or even an empty look. Some even do quads. I've done quads where I'm trying to get all their guys out the box. I'm trying to get their linebackers out the box. And so we're just trying to run in space, with our empty or a quad look, so that's what we do. We don't really get shook as it relates to, these teams running 3-by-1, 2-by-1, unless we're just in a league where we know these teams will pass and they're good at spread or just passing offense. Then we'll flex our 4-4 defense into a 4-2-5 defense. So another great question, phenomenal question. All right. Make sure. All right, guys. So we're gonna continue. Michael, Coach Oates says reps equal confidence, confidence equals speed. Confidence plus speed equal wins. Awesome philosophy by Bees, man. I appreciate you, man. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. We got some people who remember, and that's the thing, guys. Y'all gonna hear me say this every show, just about. Is the more you rep, the more confident your kid's gonna be, and the more you rep with a level of intensity, the more aggressive your kid's gonna become. So they're gonna play with confidence and a swagger, okay? And then guess what? That confidence and swagger, they're going to start playing with hell of a lot of speed and execution, and then it's going to result in a hell of a lot of wins for you guys. I'm here to tell you, it's going to result in a hell of a lot of wins. All right, y'all, bear with me here. TikTok fam, I see y'all. Let's see. They about to get me out of TikTok. There we go. Shout out to TikTok. We up to 2,700 likes on TikTok tonight. Shout out to you guys. Miss Beats, where are we on likes so far? Where are we on likes? Let's see. Coach Garza says, man, I didn't pay attention as much in school. Hey, me neither, man. I used to skip. Hey, man, I used to skip so much in my senior year. How many of y'all used to skip y'all senior year or just skip in high school? I won't lie, I was a terrible student in high school. Terrible. Horrible. Coach Garcia taking notes. Guys, I was horrible, man. Man, I would skip my ass off. And my oldest sister, I call her off. Hey, Dale, I'm not feeling good. She said, you all right. I was like, yeah, no, I'm trying to go home. Man, she pull up on the corner of the school. I used to go through the what they call that building, like you go through the JRTC building, but then where you learn like your trades building, your skilled trades, you learn a lot of the blue collar stuff. Man, I go through that building on the side, man. I get in my sister's car. I'm gone. So to be honest, guys, I only got serious with school when I started college. And that's because I had motivators. I had yeah, Ms. B says auto body and welding. Yeah, I had a reason. I feel like, I had my first daughter, and I just got really serious with school. But man, high school, man, I was like, screw this, man. My mom was tripping about me playing sports. I felt like the administrators at school didn't give a crap about me. So I went straight rebel. I won't lie. If you a student athlete and you watching this, do not skip. Don't do what Coach Beast did in high school. You do everything you need to do in school and all of that. But yeah, man, y'all, I was a mess. And then when you play sports, I don't know how you guys were, how your coach was, but when you play sports, especially if you got you play with a smaller team and the coach needs you, if you're a good player, he needs you, man, you pass grade, you pass classes, you like, how in the hell I pass this? I didn't do none of my homework. I bummed all of my tests. How in the hell I passed this with a B? Thank God for Coach. Thank God for Coach Perry, Coach Beck, and all of them. Shout out to them. Oh man. All right, guys. Let's get back to it. Let's get back to it. All right. So we was talking about the non-negotiables for winning staff. We talked about the defining your roles, right? Having weekly staff meeting, have a unified front. Okay, that's super important. And then this is a huge one, guys. You want to have shared core values, super important. Shared core values. Okay, whatever the standard is, the staff must model it. Okay, I'm gonna say that again. Whatever your standard is, your staff must model it. Okay, if for example, if your core values is discipline, consistency, effort, teaching, hard work, professionalism, your coaching staff better model it. If they don't model it, you're out of alignment, and it's going to create problems down the road for you. I'm here to tell you. Okay, I'm here to tell you. Whatever your standard is, the staff must model it. Y'all got me on that. Really important. Really important. And you got to highlight this stuff, coach, in your coaches meetings. You can't pussyfoot around this and then get mad when they don't model it. Okay, guys? Super important. Super important. So let's get into the nitty-gritty. Let's get into some solutions, right? We're going to get into some solutions. How do you fix a dysfunctional staff? How do you fix a dysfunctional staff? I'm glad you asked, coach. We're going to talk about that. So, if your staff is fractured, you do not want to ignore it. As a matter of fact, you want to address that issue as fast as possible. You got me? When a staff is fractured, that's pretty much the equivalent of a fire starting in the kitchen. And once that grease fire, let's say a grease fire, once that grease fire start, you better address it fast as possible, or you won't have a house. Okay. So the way you address it, number one, this is very important. I hope y'all taking notes, like Coach Garza over there. Shout out to Coach Garza. Yeah, Coach Garza said we establish a coach's code of conduct. Exactly. You better have one, guys. You better have one. So the number one thing you want to do, you want to conduct a staff alignment meeting. When your staff is fractured, you want to have a staff alignment meeting. It's so freaking important. Y'all understand when the offensive coordinator and defensive coordinator are beefing, when you heard that the defensive line coach is talking crap about you behind your back, right? Like, you got to address that. You can't let that go, because especially if this coach is starting to talk about you to the parents. Now it's really bad. When them coaches start to disrespect you in front of your kids, you say one thing to the kids, now they say another. Big problem. You got to address that. Okay. So you want to have this staff alignment meeting. What you do is you want to lay out your vision again, the same vision that you have, the same vision that you guys have at the beginning of the season. You want to reestablish that. Okay. And sometimes, guys, you got to reassign coaches roles, right? So for example, and this is vital. Um, okay, a good head youth football coach is able to do one or two things, right? He can look at his program and he can say, man, what I'm doing not working. What I'm doing not working. I need to change up some things. A good head football coach know how to do that. And he may say, you know what, I suck balls as a offensive coach. I really suck balls. Let me put coach, I don't know. Let me put Coach Taylor as the offensive coordinator. He's been, he's been considering it or wanting it. He's an offensive guy. Let me ask him. Let me see. Hey man, would you be interested in just taking over the offense? Or hey, would you be interested? I wouldn't, honestly, I'm gonna say this, guys. I wouldn't even say, would you help me with the offense? I wouldn't do it. Just give it to him. Just give it to him. Because I've seen time and time again. You help me, somebody, you two people can't steer the wheel at the same time. Yeah, they can, but it don't make sense. And inevitably, there's going to be a problem. Somebody's going to try to dominate that wheel, right? Like two people can't take it over. So either give him the leeway and the autonomy to run that offense, or you just keep learning and taking the lumps. Okay. And so sometimes you have to reassign roles. Some guys, and I'm gonna get into it. I got another story I got to share, nightmare story I got to share with you guys on this. But sometimes you may have to tell a guy, look, I know you're the offensive coordinator. Things not working out. You know, I think I'm gonna take over the offense. Things not going the way I see it and envision it. I think I'm gonna take over this offense, coach. Um, and and it's no disrespect to you or anything like that, but we gotta get the plane back leveled, right? We gotta get the truck, we gotta get the car back in the road. Because if you don't do those things, man, I'm here to tell you, if you don't do those things, you're gonna run into a nightmare season and you're gonna end up brawling, or it's gonna end bad. It's gonna be a big blow up in front of the kids and the parents and all. I kid you not, man, a few years back, there's a team I know. I wasn't even in this league at the time. I was in another league, but I knew the guys. Um, Man, the whole coaching staff got into it. They got into a brawl on the sideline. And it was funny because the team they were playing against, they got in trouble too. And they was like, we didn't even have nothing to do with it. We wouldn't, none of our staff, none of our players were involved in this scuffle. It was that entire it was that entire staff of the other team. And so what happened? What happened was there was drama and beef, and tension because, you know, one the one group of coaches felt like these two guys just got the offensive coaching, coordinator, decision maker because of who they were. And the other guys felt offended because they were with that other coach for a long time. And so things escalated, things got toxic, and before you know it, by game 3 or 4, people were swinging. And I want to say, I don't think the program got shut down that year. I think what happened, that whole coaching staff, all the coaches that were involved was dismissed. And that team was just basically a skeleton of themselves. Because I mean, it just became a mess. It became a debacle. So that's what you don't want to happen, because that's what happened. All these crazy videos we see of coaches fighting and beefing with each other, all that bull crap that we see online. Like, this is what happened when you let coaches say and do anything they want to do and start disrespecting each other. You have stupid stuff happens. You have all kind of crazy chaos happen. Y'all got me. And then this is the big thing. This is the stamp, guys. This is the stamp. When you're at these realignment meetings, these assignment meetings, right? You want to ask these coaches, are you all in on the mission? You got to lay out your mission, and then you got to say, hey, are y'all all in with this mission? Coach, are you all in? Coach, are you all in? Now, you can tell by their body language if they all in or not. Somebody, yeah, they just say it out of format. Yeah, yeah, I'm all in. I'm telling you, that guy, keep your eye on him, because he's potentially a Judas in the program. Y'all got me. He's potentially a Judas in the program. You got to always know who your Judas is on your staff. Sometimes it's a kid, sometimes it's a parent or parents, but most of the time it's your coaches. Your coaches or volunteer staff. Know who your Judas is. Okay. Once you know who your Judas is, you're going to know how to kind of conduct yourself and protect the culture. And this goes into the next point. You want to protect the culture. Okay. If someone is killing your culture, you got to let them go. Okay. Even if they're your best friend, if somebody is killing your culture, coach, you got to let them go. You cannot, I repeat, you cannot keep a counselor in your program. You cannot keep a rogue Judas in your program. You hear me? You cannot keep a Judas in your program because they're going to betray you. They're going to betray you. Okay? So important. They're going to betray you. You got to be willing to let go of a counselor in your program. You got to fire to protect the culture. And guys, I've done it. I've done it. I've done it. Uh, you know, quick story, man. Like I had a guy I led on my coaching staff that, and y'all finna know why I say buddy. Like, don't, if he's your buddy, it don't matter. It's a guy I went to high school with. We played sports together. And I ended up recruiting his son. I seen his son outside, and his son was throwing the football, throwing dimes. You hear me? Like spirals, just and he was a pocket guy. He was a pocket passer. So I'm like, oh my God, I got to get this kid. Go to find out the kid was the son of a guy I went to school with, went to high school with, and was cool with. And so talked to him, got the son on the team. And by this time, the dad wasn't even like a coach or anything. A lot of times what I do, I already have my coaching staff. But then if I see dads who are out there consistently, like just like watching their son or helping with a pad or something, I will invite them to be a drill coach or invite them on my staff, depending on who they are, their background, their character, all of that, right? So this guy he'll come to the practices, he wouldn't say anything, he just humble, positive, all of this, right? I asked him to be on the staff, be one of my assistant coaches. He accepted. And the dude was amazing. He helped recruit a lot of kids on the team. That was his gift. He was a player's coach, and he did a good job recruiting. That's the plus to this situation. He did a good job recruiting kids. But another thing he was good at was recruiting bad coaches. He was recruiting bad coaches. So, um, and this is how you can tell a Judas, guys. I'm getting to this. This is a Judas talk, okay? Man, this is crazy. This is going to help a lot of you guys save your season. So got this guy on my team, on my staff. He said, hey, man, I got another guy who's great. He got a son too. He'll be great on the staff. I'm like, okay, bring him. So bring the guy. He's cool for the most part. He was all right, cool. Okay, good guy. I love men who are with their kids, right? Especially with their sons and daughters and all of that stuff and coming out. So I kid you guys not. I would say by week 2, we begin to see problems. I say week 2. The first issue we had was this is crazy to share. The first issue we had was at the practice. I take this back. It was another guy. It was a third guy I invited on to help as well. Okay. And this guy comes to practice with a boom box. I kid you not, a boom box. And I mean, it's like 2011, man, 2012. I'm like, he come with a boom box. And it's blaring just hardcore, like explicit profanity, hip hop and all of that. And I'm like, bro, you can't play that out there. I mean, the music, F them niggas, all of that, right? N word. Don't demonetize me, YouTube, for saying that. Y'all know the songs. So all of this stuff going on, right, guys? And I'm like, dude, you can't play that music in front of the kids, man. He was like, oh, okay, my bad. He was gone. He didn't even come back to another practice after that. Okay. Boom. That's that red flag. So another practice. And all of this happened within like a 2-week period, by the way, guys. So now my buddy's buddy, the one he invited on with his son, he come to practice, guys. He got a Budweiser in his hand. He come to practice with a Budweiser. I mean, he could. All right, guys, man, y'all ready? And he coming out, yeah, he coming out cool, like he the ish, you know, just because he got a Budweiser in his hand. The kid's like, oh, what's up, coach? I almost said his name. What's up, coach? I'm like, I go to that coach. I say, hey, man, dude, you can't do that out here. No, that ain't the standard of our league. That's not how we conduct things. That's not how we, operate. Whatever. Oh, okay, my bad. my bad. He go put it, put the Miss B says old 40. So yeah, so he put it up or whatever. He buzzed. He shouldn't even be at the practice because he tipsy, right? This guy buzzed, right? So all of that happens. Now my buddy's starting to act up, right? We running plays, we designing plays. This around week 3, running plays, designing plays, all of that. I'm teaching the kid, okay, how to take a toss play, right? No, no, you don't take no, don't take the toss like that. You want to do it like this. I look over here, I'm like, what the hell? What the hell's going on with this? This guy. Mind you, this guy was over the defense. I'm over the way I had it set up that particular year was I was the offensive coordinator. He was the defensive coordinator. And then of course his buddy was helping with the defense. And I think I had my nephew helping with the offense, if I'm not mistaken. That particular year. I don't remember so long ago, but now this guy's starting to act up, right? Week by week by week, now I'm seeing his son not listening to me. I'm like teaching him, he the quarterback. I'm showing him the plays, all of that. I'm teaching him. His son looks at every time I say something to this kid, he looks back at his dad, which was my buddy. And it don't matter what it is. If I get on to him, he looks back at his dad. If I'm teaching him a play, he looks back at his dad. So what I collected from that situation was that, oh, okay, the dad must be talking crap behind my back. And so now the kid is reluctant to follow directions. The coach and his buddy are side talking and saying different things and all of that. And by the end of the year, guys, I think we're in the playoffs. By the end of the year, this guy like is trying to trying to sabotage my program. He's trying to, hey, hey, coach, I want to run this. We want to run that. No, we're not going to run that. What you talking about? You're the defensive coordinator. You're not the offensive coordinator. We're going to run that. So at the end of the day, to make a long story short, guys, I end up letting this coach go, letting his buddy go. And I was very forthright. Hey, look. And by the way, his son, I had to remove his son from being the starting quarterback because his son just was turned into a menace. Wasn't showing up to practice consistently. Even if my buddy showed up, he wouldn't have his son show up. Who does that, right? How do you not let your son show up for practice and you show up as the coach? The most dysfunctional crap I ever seen in my life. So I removed his son from being the quarterback. And I think 2 weeks after that, his son quit. He was still coaching. Then I ended up letting him and his buddy go because they became a counselor to the program. And then the kids, the next, hey, what's funny is the kids that he recruited onto the team that year, they went with him the following year. And guess what happened? Guess what happened the next year? We ended up winning the championship that year. And he started, his own squad. They didn't win ish. Because God don't like ugly. God don't like ugly. You know what I'm saying? So, moral of the story, don't be afraid to let the counselor go. Those who are killing the culture and what you about, don't be afraid to let them go. Y'all got me on that. Coach Ben, what's up, my guy? What's up, my guy? Coach Ben said, just got out of practice and jumping in, man. Welcome, 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 man. Welcome to the show. Coach Corey said, you had some wild coaches, but wild. Come on, man. Look, that's why I tell you guys, man, when you don't have mentor, look, the story of my life, guys, is that I never really had great mentors in my life. I kid you not, I never, I always say I was grossly neglected. Everybody who was a mentor in my life, they either wanted some, like, for those who don't know, I'm a musician. I was born and raised in the church, and I was a musician. And so, when people seen that talent, they wanted to use that talent, or, you know, worked in business. I'm a savvy communicator. I'm a good communicator. I would say, and I would get used for that, you know. So like I've dealt with a lot of like neglect and bad mentorship. That's why like I tell you guys, like I'm obsessed with this show and I'm obsessed with what I do for a career, which is coach coaches, because I didn't have mentorship. I didn't have a coach. I didn't have nobody helping me. I didn't have nobody, um, offering playbooks or a podcast or anything like that. I didn't have it. You know what I'm saying? So everything that I share, and the reason why I'm so generous with my giving is because I know how it feels to be alone or don't have nobody to talk to or having anxiety and stress, and you just try to make the best decision you believe you can make for your program, for yourself. Like I've been there, guys. Like I've been down a lonely, rough road as it relates to leadership. And so I learned how to be a leader by going through tough shit, right? And so this is why I post 5 to 10 times a day, every day on social media, you know? This is why I got the pod where I'm putting myself out there and I'm answering as many questions from you guys as possible because I've been where I didn't have nobody and I've had those lonely nights in my bed trying to figure shit out with nobody to talk to. You got me? So that's why I do what I do. If anybody wanna, say and talk crap and say, hey, oh, you why you coaching? You trying to take money from kids? I remember this guy told me you trying to take money from kids. First of all, I help youth football coaches. All of my content is geared towards youth football coaches. You know, like hardly any of my tips are geared towards helping student athletes. I want to help youth football coaches, high school football coaches, junior high and JV coaches. Haters going to hate, period. We know that. But like I said, it goes back to who I am as a person. Anybody who disrespect me or questions my character or my integrity, it drives me nuts. It just drives me nuts. It's one of the fastest ways to irritate Coach Beast, but at the same time, when you're doing content creation and you're trying to be the best of the best of the best, you're going to have people shoot arrows at you. Even with you guys, you trying to have the best team in your league, people going to accuse you of all kind of bullshit. They're going to say you're cheating. They're going to say your kid's too old. They're going to say all kind of bull crap because you are messing with their insecurity. You're striking a nerve, right? In their life. You're striking that nerve and they can't take it. They can't take feeling defeated. You know what I'm saying? So that's just the way it is, guys. All right, guys. So we are 32 minutes into overtime, guys. We're about to get ready to land this plane, guys. We're about to get ready to land it. We're going to give a playbook away, guys. What playbook y'all want today, guys? Let me know. Let me know what playbook you want today. Miss B said we had 32 likes with 31 viewers. So our goal was 50 likes, right? Our goal was 50 likes, guys. Let's get it to 50 likes. If we can get it to 50 likes, I'll give away 3 copies of the playbook that I'm going to give away. Let's see what we're going to give away. What y'all want? I see Coach Destin said the Beast 3.0. He wants the Beast 3.0. I see Coach Recon says the 425. Okay. Okay. Coach Joseph says the 4-4 Reaper. Okay. Okay. Coach DM says, what if you got like all of my playbooks? Huh. If you got all of my playbooks, maybe we can do a 15-minute call with me. 15-minute consult with Coach Beast. How about that? That's one. That's one, huh? Coach Destin said need that 3.0 to build on 1 and 2. Yeah, hey, I'm telling you, Coach, if the Beast 1.0 and the 2.0 had a baby, it'd be the 3.0, and it's a badass playbook. Badass playbook. All right, guys. So this is what we're gonna do for the giveaway. Okay. So look, I'm gonna give you guys 5 minutes, okay? We want to hit 50 freaking likes on the YouTube side. If you watching on Facebook, guys, I need you to come on over to YouTube. Find me at Coach Beast. You'll see us live. Hit that like button. We're trying to get to 50 likes. I'm gonna give y'all 5 minutes to get to 50 likes. TikTok, if you watch it on TikTok, guys, if you watch, shout out to everybody who's commenting too on TikTok. If you want to be in for this playbook giveaway, come over on the YouTube side right now. Just keyword Coach Beast. You will see us live. Okay. You will see us live. I'm gonna give y'all 5 minutes to come over, 5 minutes to hit this like button. Okay. So we can get to 50 likes. If we don't get to 50 likes by 8:40 Central Standard Time, I'm only giving away one playbook. Y'all got me? I'm only giving away one playbook. The playbook that got the most interest right now is the Beast 3.0. Okay. So we're going to give away the Beast 3.0 today. That's the first playbook. Okay. Miss Beast now says we had 39 likes. We can hit 50 likes. Y'all know that. We can hit 50 likes. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. We had 39 right now. Now we have 42. Holy hell. We have 42 likes. Let's get it to 50, guys. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's go. If we get to 50 likes in the next 4 minutes, right? I will give away a copy of the Beast 3.0, the 425 Ring of Fire defense, and the 4-4 Reaper. Let's go. We have 43. We have 43. Let's go, guys. We can do it. Let's get it. Again, if you're watching on Facebook or TikTok and you want to be in the running for one of these playbooks, come on over to the YouTube side. Do it right now. Hit that like button. Help us get to 50. Once we get to 50, we'll give away 3 copies. Let's go, guys. I love giving away stuff. I love giving it away, guys. Come on, let's go. Let's go. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna finish this last point, guys. I'm gonna finish this last point, and then we're gonna get into the questions for the giveaway. And then we're gonna go from there. When by the time it hit 8:40 Central Standard Time, I hope we at 50. I hope we at 50 likes. If we're not at 50 likes, we're just giving away the Beast 3.0 offense. If we are at 50 likes, we're gonna give away the 4-4 Reaper, the Beast 3.0, and the 425 Ring of Fire defense. Let's go. 4 more likes. 4 more likes, and we're there. Let's get it. 4 more likes, and we are there. Let's go, guys. Let's go. We hit it. We hit it. We hit it. Let's fucking go. Congratulations, guys. We hit 50. We hit 50. We hit 50. We hit 50 in 2 minutes. Let's get it. Let's go. So we're giving away 3 playbooks tonight. Very excited. Very excited. So we're giving away the 4-4 Reaper. We're giving away the 425, and we're giving away the Beast 3.0 offense. Well done, man. Well done, guys. I'm going to answer this question real quick from Coach Lacey. He said, "What defense you run if you don't have a lot of speed?" Again, guys, like it depends on your league with defense. Okay, I will tell you, I've ran the 4-4 Reaper defense with teams with speed and athletes, and I ran it with big chunky guys. Okay, guys. So let me ask you this, Coach: what age group are you coaching? This should solve this problem. What age group are you coaching? Let me know in the comments, and I'm gonna answer your question. Because here's the thing: like, if you're in the younger age groups, I'll run like the 6-2 defense. If your league allows you to line kids up, um, either in that A gap, or even you can move them nose guards to the B gap, or not the B gap, but head up on the guards. You can do that. Okay, you said first and second grade. So first and second grade, what about 6U, 6U, 7U, something like that? So, I run the 4-4 Reaper defense as my base defense, Coach. I would run it as my base defense if I coached 8U, 7U, 6U. Now, I will say that if you see with that age group, teams are going to run the ball 90 to 100% of the time. So it would be to your advantage to run a defense that's going to allow you to dominate in the trenches. So you can't go wrong with the 6-2 Savage defense. Okay, guys. 6-2 Savage defense is great because with those kids, you teach them how to occupy that gap and then have your linebackers clean up. And you can even use your corners as extended linebackers, essentially. Six man, dude, the 6-2 defense is really good for that. So I usually teach well, I teach my kids the 4-4 Reaper and then we flex it, right? So we'll run the 4-4 Reaper and we'll flex it into the 6-2 Savage. Now, if you only want to run one formation, right? And like I said, if you go by the data of kids running the ball not 90 to 100% of the time, run the 6-2. Run the 6-2. My only caveat is just make sure your league rules are good because some of you guys are in leagues where you can't do A gap blitz, can't line up in the A gap, can't all that crap. And that's you can't control that, right? But I would definitely go 6-2 Savage in that case for sure. My pleasure, coach. My pleasure, man. Coach K says, "What offense you run when with small, fast players instead of big running backs?" Really easy. I would go Beast 2.0, the Beast 2.0 offense, because that allows my guys to play in space. A lot of jet motions, rocket sweeps. I would also do that. I run the Beast 3.0 because it allows the same type of things to happen. That's what I would definitely do. A lot of orbit motions, return orbit motions, jet sweeps. You can't even go wrong with the air raid 2.0 offense. The air raid 2.0 allows you to play more in space, 2x1s, 3x1s, pistol set, 2x1s, 2x2s, duo, like all of that nasty stuff, that allow you to, really do a lot of damage in space as well. All right. Okay, Michael O says, Pee Wee only allows 5 on the line. If that's the case, according to my philosophy, coach, I'll run the 4-4 Reaper defense. I'll run the 4-4 Reaper defense, and then I would line up in the Mayday. I would line up in the Mayday, and then I would do damage that way. Um, Hold on one sec, guys. Let me see what I got. Y'all bear with me. I thought I had some playbooks already pulled up, guys. But like I would definitely go Mayday with that. Let me see here. Y'all bear with me. I told y'all before, like I got a new computer and I'm still learning it. Like I'm still trying to grasp how to use everything. And I'm not 100% savvy with it yet. So y'all forgive me. Uh, but I want to help you guys at the same time. And again, shout out to you guys who hit that like button, helped us reach our goal of 50 likes. As a matter of fact, where are we at right now, Miss Beast, on the likes? But yeah, guys, I would run for sure 4-4 Reaper defense if you're in the league where they're only allowing you to, have 5 guys for sure. Um, the Mayday look is still it's essentially a 6-man front um that we got here. However, let me see. What I would do, coach, is I'm lining up in the 4-4 defense and I'm running 4-4 Bama, 4-4 Alabama. Alabama is a double A gap blitz, but you can also do 4-4 Bama, which is a B gap blitz with your linebackers there. Um, let's see here. Alabama twist, can't go wrong with Alabama twist. Like what I love about the 4-4 Reaper, and some guys saying, well, you can't do this with the 4-4, you need a real 4-4. What I love about the 4-4 Reaper defense, guys, is that I make it so goddamn versatile, and I mix the pressures up to really pressure the offensive line, stress it, but then I mix the pressures up to create a lot of confusion, and then as a result, we begin to take freaking souls. Y'all got me? I began to take freaking souls. We're still at 50 likes. We're stuck at 50 likes. We can't go to 60, guys. Let's see if we can go to 60 likes. If we go to 60 likes, I give away four copies. How about that? Let's do it. I don't care. Let's do it. Let's go to 60. If we get to 60 likes, I give away 4 playbooks. Let's do it. Let's do it. And I'm gonna give y'all 2 minutes to do it. 8:47 Central Standard Time. Let's see. But yeah, coach. So that's exactly what I do, man. I go 4-4 Reaper defense for sure. Shout out T Pressure, man. Hope you're doing good. He said I'm late, but I'm here, man. TP, man, appreciate you, brother. So I know a lot of you guys are starting your practices. Have you started your practices yet? Because me and Miss Beast, we're in the discussion of changing the time of the show again to accommodate more of you guys. Do y'all like the time of the show right now? Let me know. Do y'all like the time of the show? Do I need to move it back? Do I need to change a day? I want your feedback because the show is all about you. It don't make sense to do the show if you at practice, right? I mean, yeah, you can watch the replay, which is what most guys do anyway. But at the same time, I want to be able to have a day to where it's accommodating to you guys. So Coach K says this should be fun. Coach K says, yes, practice from 6 to 8. Um, Coach Recon said, yes, it's perfect. You know, honestly, guys, it's tough for me because not only am I doing the show, but I'm producing the videos, I'm doing my consults with my clients. I got family obligations to handle. I'm a dad, I'm a husband, right? And I got a lot of other things to do as well, but I want to make sure that we're good. Let's see. Coach Destin says, I've got 3 on my staff here learning. Man, shout out to you, man. Shout out to you. And I'll tell you guys, like right now, man, having your staff watch the show is huge because that helps you guys all be on the same page, right? That's going to help you guys be on the same page. So it's definitely a benefit when your staff is on. And look, if you can't catch the live show, cool. I do replays with the show. So after this show ends, there will be a replay, right? And you can catch it. So don't beat yourself up. And shout out to you guys who email me and say, "Hey, I won't be able to be on today." Like I respect it so much, man. I appreciate y'all for respecting me to let me know, but I totally understand too. But I always want to have a replay for you guys for sure. Coach Joe says we start 8:12, 5 to 7. And I don't know y'all where y'all at, everybody. I know some of you guys where you're located, but we're Central Standard Time. We're in the South. So we're Central Standard Time right now. So, like if you're on the West Coast, you're what, 2 hours back. If you're on the East Coast, you're an hour ahead of me. So I find that Wednesday at 7 p.m. is a good time though. I really do. Champs that just got home from my youth football practice and the timing is perfect. Okay, cool. That's good. That's good to know, guys. That's good. All right, guys. So it's 8:48. We have 53 likes. So we're not gonna give away 4 playbooks. We're just gonna give away 3. Just gonna give away 3. All right, guys. All right. So let's land the plane with the topic, guys. You know, the last thing I want to share with you before we get into our playbook giveaway is that I want you to lead like a CEO, okay, not just a coach. You got to lead like a boss, okay. I don't. I'm not even going to say CEO. You want to lead like a boss. You want to be. You got to be the alpha of alphas, okay. If your coaching staff is composed of alphas, you can't be a beta. You hear me? You can't be a beta male with a bunch of alphas. They're going to tear you apart. You got to be an alpha, okay. That's the thing. So you got in the more organization, structure, and I don't give a damn you got, the better things will fall in place with you, okay? As a coach, it don't mean you have to be you got to be a dick. Excuse my language. You don't have to be a dick, but sometimes you have to be an asshole. Okay. What I mean by that, you sometimes you have to say no. Sometimes you have to be firm, and sometimes you got to put people in their place with respect. And sometimes you have to let people go. You can't be afraid of it, coach. Don't be afraid of it. You know, because the one who cares the most gets. I, I may get demonetized for this, but I gotta say it. Okay. Let me see if it's a way I can say it clean. Miss Beast know what I'm about to say. Okay, let me put it like this. The one that cares the most get flucked the most. Let me put it like that. Get flucked the most. Y'all know what I'm saying. The one who cares the most is usually the one gets flucked the most. And I'll let y'all interpret that a different way. Okay. So you just got to be mindful and be strong because we live in a generation where people don't care. We stay in a generation, guys, where people don't value respecting others anymore. We stay in a generation where respect is becoming a lost art. And so you have to protect your peace, your program, your organization, your family, and you have to be willing to let people go, separate from that energy because we stay in an extremely selfish, prideful, egotistical generation. Okay. How do you combat that? You combat that with a standard, having boundaries, right? Having values, right? That are worth respecting and living up to. And when they don't agree with it, you have to let them go. Guys, I'm telling you, man, me and Miss Beast talk about it all the time. I miss the 90s. I miss my parents. Both of my parents have passed on. Um, I just lost my grandmother last August, I think it was. And she was 93 years old. Like every time we lose an elder, man, it bothers me because these are the people who taught me respect. And I remember growing up in the 90s as a kid, and my dad would check me if I disrespected anybody, any adult, right? Like they check me. And but in this generation, man, me and Miss Beast, our favorite thing to do, guys, is bowl. Our favorite thing. We can't even bowl because the people beside us, grown ass people, are in our lane just standing there taking goddamn pictures of their kid. We can't even bowl. We have to go in the daytime, nobody there. When it first opens, if we go on a Saturday or a Sunday, it's a wrap because Miss B says Karens. Because somebody don't have enough respect or mindfulness that somebody's beside them bowling. Instead, I'm going to stand in their goddamn lane and take a picture of my 1-year-old, 2-year-old daughter who's not going to remember shit as it relates to this experience bowling until they get a little older. Excuse my language, y'all. I'm working on my profanity, but this kind of stuff irks me. Can you tell? It pisses me off, guys. Um, the lack of respect people have for one another and the lack of mindfulness. Like me being a content creator, guys, I see the devil in the face. I see the devil of our society in the face every day because you have grown men jumping on social media, trolling another grown man that's trying to help other people. Like it's the craziest, weirdest thing I ever seen in my life that you got grown 40, 50, 60-year-old men hating on another man who's trying to add value in society or somebody who's, you know, I can talk about Miss Beast and all of that. And I say this a lot. People will you know, obviously I'm a black guy, right? People see Miss Beast, she's a Latina, and they have the audacity to talk crap. They have the audacity to make racial hateful statements. And then when I make a video addressing it, you got another group of guys saying, "Dude, you're lying. We would not hate on you like that." Why would I post something like that? Why would I make a video or something like that if it wasn't true? If it wasn't the case? I got better things to do than address social issues and hate issues, towards me and my wife if it was false, right? Like it's bullshit. Our society is so twisted. And I think the biggest problem with our society is that our values and moral standards, at least in America, are diminishing and it's becoming harder and harder to be a youth sports coach, youth football coach, any coach, right? Uh, you know, at all. It's crazy. All right, guys. All right, guys. Let's get into it. That's my rant. That's my rant for tonight. But let's get into it. For those who don't know the rules of the playbook giveaway, the first playbook we're going to give away, by the way, is going to be the Beast 3.0 offense. Okay, the Beast 3.0 offense. And shout out to my TikTok family over here. We had 6,200 likes on TikTok. Let's see. I can't see how many likes we got right now on YouTube, and we are at 10 likes on Facebook. Okay. Okay. And I haven't forgot about you, Facebook fam. I know Facebook is the new platform and a lot of people trying to get acclimated to the show on that side. So it's all good in the neighborhood. So here's the rules. So what I'm going to do is ask you a question based on the show. Okay. Based on what we went over with the show. All right. Those who get it correct will be in the final picking for the playbook. Those who get it incorrect, better luck next time. Okay. Better luck next time. So and I want to be clear about something too that I've been seeing a little bit, a little trend, no disrespect to nobody. But if you like do a super chat, I appreciate you. But you doing a super chat is not going to increase your chances of getting the playbook. You may say, man, I really need that playbook. You may, put a comment. I really need it. That's not going to help you win this playbook. Okay. It's not, it's just not, I'm just being honest with you. I don't, I don't want to crash your hopes. What's going to help you get this playbook is answering these questions correctly and a little luck. Cause I truly go on intuition when I choose a winner. And again, we're going to be giving away playbooks throughout August to the end of August. So if you don't win, don't feel bad. If y'all ready for the first question, give me a hell yeah in the comments. Give me a hell yeah. Give me a hell yeah if you're ready for the first. I'll say first comment. The first question. Give me a hell yeah in the comments. We got a lot of hell yes. See, coach says, bro, I coach my team. Coach Steve says, bro, I coach my team at practice before my patrol shift in my uniform, and people on my team complain. Grown adults need reality check. Coach Beast couple is the best. Man, I appreciate you, brother. Thank you for that respect. I'm telling you, people crazy, man. Man, I made a video, guys. I made a video talking about how I support police officers, firefighters, and military. Now, mind you, I'm an airman. I'm a dropout. Okay. I'm a military dropout. I got medically discharged. Okay. But I support my men and women in uniform. I'm gonna do it to the day I die because I understand that that group keep us safe, keeps the country safe. They save lives, the whole nine. I believe there's bad apples in every field. I believe there's bad cops, bad firefighters, bad teachers. There's bad freaking fry cooks. There's bad sandwich makers, right? There's bad janitors. I believe there's a percentage of bad in every profession, right? There's bad doctors, bad dentists, bad whatever, right? So that doesn't negate me supporting that group of people. I support teachers. I support dentists. I support families. I support, but people crazy because our society is so fragmented and full of BS right now. Nobody respects one another. Nobody respects one another. Anyway, guys, here we go. First question. First question, guys. I'll be on here 3 hours talking about this. Question one. What are the three core reasons most youth football coaching staffs fall apart? So I was on the show, and the first part of the show, we was talking about the three core reasons youth football coaching staffs fall apart. What are the three reasons youth football coaching staffs fall apart? Let me know. Let me know. Let's see. Okay, we got. Okay, I see y'all. I see y'all. Let's see. That's right, Coach Oates. That's right. Let's see. Coach Chris says no chain of command, no vision, no accountability or structure. Okay, okay. Let's see. No chain of command, vision. Okay. Interesting, man. Y'all firing off today. Hey, so last show I came with some fire. I came with some heat. Nobody had answers last show. Not today. Hey, y'all answering the question so fast. I had to look over my shoulder, to make sure y'all ain't over here looking at my notes. Had to look back, had to make sure you guys when stealing. Look back, I seen Coach Dustin looking over my shoulder. Looked under my desk, Coach B was over there. Let's see here. Hey, Coach Joseph said we taking notes now. You better, man. You better take notes. I'm telling you, y'all better take them. That's what I'm talking about. That's good though. That's good. That's what you're supposed to do. Took notes this week. I love it, man. That's how you do it. That's how you do it. Appreciate you guys, man. And again, guys, also like I said, if any of you guys want to have a one-on-one chat, I have made that available. Um, that option available. So all you have to do is go to my playbook store and book a call. I usually take calls every Thursday and Friday. It's probably going to turn to every Thursday though, because my Fridays be crazy. But you do have the option to book a call. You also have the option to book a call with your entire coaching staff. I do group calls with your entire coaching staff. That's an option as well. Again, you just go to the playbook store. All right, guys. So here we go. Since we got to give away 3 of these, we're going to start speeding this thing up. All right. So here's the answer. So, what are the 3 core reasons most youth football coaching staffs fall apart? They fall apart because there's no chain of command, no shared vision, and no accountability or leadership structure. I take either or right there. So if you got that right, congratulations. A lot of y'all did. A lot of y'all did. A lot of y'all did. So all right. So let me pick a winner real quick, and then we're going to move on to the next. Okay. All right. Holy. All right. We got a winner. We got a winner. We got a winner. I'm telling you guys, I go straight off of intuition when I pick these winners. So don't take it personal if you don't win or anything like that. So the winner of the first playbook giveaway tonight, the Beast 3.0, is, drum roll, Coach Fuller. Congratulations, man. Congratulations. You're the first winner of the Beast 3.0 playbook. Congratulations. Congratulations. All right. So we got that out the way. So for everybody who win, this is what I need you to do. Okay. If you are a winner, all I need you to do is email me tonight. Even don't do it tomorrow. Try to do it tonight. Most of y'all do it. Email me tonight and just say which playbook you won. And that's it. You can say, hey, this Coach Fuller or Coach Nick or whatever. And I won the Beast 3.0 tonight, man. And that's it. That's all I need. But I need you to give me about 24 to 48 hours to get to you. Okay. This is my email. beastoutyou@gmail.com. What I don't want some of you guys to do, I'm going to burst your bubble, especially for those who watching it on replay, is that I know who the winners are because I watched the replay too. Okay. So, I know it's going to be 3 winners and I know who those people are going to be. So don't even try to say, well, I won. I have people, guys, who email me 2 weeks later from the show we did 2 weeks ago and say, hey, I won the playbook. No, you didn't. I already gave that playbook to the winner. So yeah, had to put that out there. All right, question number 2, and we're going to give away the 425 Ring of Fire defensive playbook next. Okay, the 425 Ring of Fire playbook next. All right, here we go. What's the name of the meeting you must hold to reset a fractured staff and realign everyone with your vision? Holy. It's pretty good. I'm gonna read it again. What's the name of the meeting you must hold to reset a fractured staff and realign everyone with your vision? And go. Let's see. Yeah, no problem, Dustin. No problem. The question is, what's the name of the meeting you must hold to reset a fractured staff and realign everyone with your vision? Okay. Let's see. See if y'all participating over here. We check out TikTok because y'all, let's see. People on TikTok responding. Again, TikTok people, I'm only looking on YouTube. Man, thank y'all for participating though, man. Thank y'all for participating. Uh, if you want to be in for the running of the playbook, the playbook giveaway, you gotta come over to the YouTube side. That's either that's for both Facebook and TikTok people. Come on over to the YouTube side. All right, guys, I'm gonna give y'all about 15 more seconds. 15 more seconds. And I'm gonna tell y'all this right now. I need y'all, I need every word in that thing. I need every word in that thing for me to consider it. I need the right wording. Make sure y'all got this crap right. Oh man. All right, that's it. That's it. So the winner of the 425. Well, you know what? Before I do that, let me give y'all the answer first, so y'all don't think Coach Beast is BSing you. What's the name of the meeting you must hold to reset a fractured staff or realign everyone with your vision? The correct answer is a staff alignment meeting. A staff alignment meeting. Okay. A staff alignment meeting. All right. All right. The winner of the playbook of the 425 Ring of Fire playbook is Coach Lacey. Congratulations, Coach. Congratulations. Big congrats to you. Now, a lot of a lot of y'all said staff realignment meeting, which is not bad at all. Like that's good. That's really good. But the way I got it phrased in the show is staff alignment meeting. Okay, guys. Now, if you want to call it a staff realignment meeting, that's fine. That's fine too. You can call it a staff realignment meeting. I'm a okay with that. Okay, but it's a staff alignment meeting. Okay. Oh, all right. So we got one more playbook we're gonna give away, guys. One more we're gonna give away. This should be rapid fire right here. This next one should be rapid fire. All right. When a coach is hurting the culture, when a coach is hurting the culture, even if they are your friend or top guy, what did I say you need to be willing to do? When a coach is hurting the culture, even if they're your friend or top guy, what did I say you need to be willing to do? And you know what? I'm gonna throw a monkey wrench in this thing. I'm gonna throw a monkey wrench in this thing. Okay, here we go. Let's make this a little more difficult. What you want to do, you want to fire them to do what? You want to fire them to do what? Yeah, I'm making this a little more difficult. I'm making this one a little more diabolical, making it too easy for y'all. So when a coach is hurting the culture, even if they're your friend or top guy, what did I say you need to be willing to do? And then I said you need to fire them to do what? Oh man. Yeah, this one a little more difficult. Yeah, this a little more difficult. You need to fire them to do what? Right now, nobody got it right. Nobody got it right. Come on, y'all. Hey, Miss Beast, where are we on likes, by the way? Where are we on likes? Nobody got it right yet. Come on, guys. Dig deep. Dig deep. We have 50. We have 54 likes. Y'all hit that like button. Hit that like button if you haven't yet. Do me a favor, guys. Hit that like button. I really appreciate it, man. Really appreciate it. Hit that like button. Hit that like button. Nobody got it right. Okay, okay. Let me help y'all out. Let me help y'all out. I'm gonna throw y'all a lifeline. Okay. When you coach when a coach is hurting the culture, even if it's your friend or top guy, you want to fire them to protect what? You want to fire them to protect what? Let's get it. Speaking of that, I know we can get to 60 likes, guys. Let's get to 60 likes. All we need is people, six people to hit that like button. Let's get six people. Come on, we have 54. I don't even like that number. I don't even like number 54. Let's get it to 60, guys. Let's go, guys. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. All right. 10 more seconds, guys. 10 more seconds. Coach D, yeet, yeet. What up, Coach? Man, how you doing, brother? Coach Chris says protect the team. All right, and we are done. All right, all right. Here we go, guys. Here we go. Here's the answer. When a coach is hurting the culture, even if it's your friend or a top guy, I said you need to fire them to protect the culture. Fire them to protect the culture. Nobody's bigger than the culture that you're trying to build. I don't care if it's you. If you go out and start doing some crazy stuff and decide you want to just have a field day on the women in your program, you need to let you need to be relieved of duties and let somebody else take over. Okay, guys, that's the thing. You got to protect the culture at all costs. It's so important because this the thing, guys. And you're gonna hear me say these two terms more than ever. Okay, you're gonna hear me say high value coach and high value program. If you want to be a high value coach and you want to build a high value program, you got to have a high value culture. Period. You got me? Period. You got to protect the culture at all costs. All right. So with that being said, man, that's a nugget too, by the way, y'all. I hope y'all write that down. Stamp that, man. Stamp that. All right. The winner of the 4-4 Reaper defense. Winner of the 4-4 Reaper defense is Coach Newton. Congratulations, my man. Congratulations. Awesome. Awesome. Coach Newton really stood out like a sore thumb. Guys, look, man, first and foremost, again, man, look, appreciate you guys for participating. This is always fun, man. I love giving away things, man. It's a blast. I'm telling you guys, my goal for the Beast Pod is to be the number one podcast for youth football coaches in the world. You hear me? The number one podcast for youth football coaches in the world. And it can only be that through you guys supporting what we're doing here in Beast Nation. You guys are a part of the Beast bloodline. This can't be great without you. I'm here to tell you. I mean, yeah, I'm the host and uh, all of that good stuff. But at the same time, guys, like you guys make the show. Y'all make it fun. You know what I'm saying? And the more you let coaches know about the Beast Pod, we're going to be the biggest youth. Well, I think we already are, to be honest with you, but we got to be bigger, right? We got to be bigger. Because one thing about me, man, and this is what I want this show and everybody's a part of the Beast bloodline to really take pride in. I want us to take pride in respecting each other, supporting each other, and being a brotherhood, guys. Oh my gosh. Coach D says you are OTC, the tribal chief, huh? The tribal chief. Hey, I take it, man. I take it. I accept that. I accept it. We are the Beast bloodline, and I have no problem being your tribal chief, guys. I have no problem being your tribal chief. Absolutely. It's an honor. And so, guys, you know, tell your coaching staff about the show. Tell your team mom. We're gonna have another team mom show down the pipe. It may be next week. I haven't discussed it with Miss Beast yet, but we got to do another one of those shows. Okay. So, guys, we are here every Wednesday, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. Hit that like button, subscribe. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel right now. If you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell because that's going to let you know when I'm on. Now, for some of you guys, y'all didn't know I jumped on a second time last week. I jumped on a Friday. And I know a lot of you guys didn't know you watched the replay, but I may jump on again, guys, this week. Wednesday may not. Wednesday is the sure fix day where we have the show, and then I may jump on another day. Okay. Now I will tell you, make sure you subscribe because I'm going to send a message in our community. I may change the show time next week. I got a dentist appointment, and depending on what they do, I may not even be able to talk. And if I'm not able to talk, I may move the show later in the week or something like that. Okay. So make sure y'all subscribe so y'all can know, what's up and what's going on. And the final thing too, guys, I forgot to mention is if you didn't win a playbook, no worries. Okay. You got two options. You can keep, trying to win one, or do it the easy way. Just go to my playbook store. You can get all 18 of my playbooks for 90% off. You just go to my playbook store. Let me see if I can. Let's see. Y'all bear with me. Got, I know I got Facebook can see all of my stuff, so make sure I don't share everything here. Y'all bear with me. So all you have to do is go to my playbook store. Check out any of my playbooks, guys. You can get individual playbooks. Individual playbooks is $50, guys. All right. The individual playbooks are $50. Shout out to you, Coach Recon. He's there 100% worth it. I appreciate I put a lot of love into those playbooks. Over 650 plus play. Honestly, I think it's about 700 plays. I just say 650. Because I got, when I was counting all the plays and stuff, I got lazy. I seen 650. I'm like, oh man, I'm tired. I can't do this no more. So we got about 700 plays in the playbook bundle. The Beast Unleashed playbook bundle is 90% off. Guys, and look, um, I know a lot of you said, man, you got a discount. Dude, the discount, get the playbook bundle. It's the 90% off. It's $1,000 worth of plays. Like it's a 90, it's $1,000 bundle because it not only has the playbooks, but got the drill books and the instruction, like the parent code of conduct, all of that stuff too. But it's under $100. It's literally all of that stuff is under $100. Absolute steal. And I did it for the same reason I do the giveaways, because I care. Right. Um, and if you can't afford that, you can just get an individual playbook, $50. Okay. And I tried to make all of this stuff affordable. If you was rocking with me last year, you would know this stuff was 150. It was even up to 300. I did a little discount where I had it at 300. Now it's the lowest it's ever been. I'm not giving any discounts. No more discounts. You know, if you can't do the 90% off, if you can't do the 90% off discount and get all 18, like I don't know what to tell you. Like I just say save your money. Save you $100 and get it. Coach Destin says a 3-year beast vet, man. 3-year beast vet, man. Appreciate you rocking with me, guys. We are the Beast Bloodline. Thank you guys for being a part of the Beast Bloodline, man. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, man. I swear, guys, I got so much I'm working on down the pipeline for you guys. It's hard to keep everything like together right now because we are growing so fast. I that when I do the one-on-one consults, and then now I'm doing the group consults, and then we got the membership, we got the OT membership, which I had to make into more of a resource-based membership where there are certain resources like fundraising forms and stuff you can get in the OT membership, right? But then with the Beast Bloodline and the War Room, like I'm trying to get this stuff together so it you're able to get more support from me, right? Past the Beast Pod. You're trying to get more support. So we're growing, guys. And so if you're rocking with Beast Nation and a member of the Beast Bloodline, I appreciate you guys. Just make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel and that notification bell. All right, guys. So that's it, guys, for tonight. That's it for the show tonight, man. Appreciate you guys. Love you guys. Y'all already know. Your tribal chief. I gotta use that now. I gotta coin that. Your tribal chief. It's about to land this plane on the show, guys. Um, I will see you guys next week, Wednesday, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. Again, I may jump on again this week. I may not, but hit that notification bell so you don't miss me when I jump on, guys. Until next time, win more games, score more points, and beast out. Peace.